So it's the same process. So you come to structure, right? From structure, then you go to grid lines. That's what I did grid lines. And then you can hover anywhere you want. So we are doing both vertical and horizontal. So you're starting with the vertical first. You can, there's where you're doing your first reference line. Okay. So let's hover down from down to going up, down, going up. You also have up, going down. So this is down, going up. So that's how you normally do it. Down, going up, and then you can talk anywhere that you prefer. So after doing your first line, go to your architectural model or the model you're referencing from and see what that grid was named. That grid was named one, so that's a numeric grid. So the vertical lines are numeric, the horizontal lines are what alphanumeric, so that's the alphabet. So you know this is 1, 2, 3. You also have to follow the same process when you are doing your grid lines. So let's do one. So now our next model, our next grid line is 3. So it has a distance of 3650. So you have to replicate the same thing. So one, you go to structure, click on grid, click on the context panel. This one, this pick line with the arrow, the right. Do the same thing for the next one, grid line. There's also grid line 9 to 10 is also 3650. So you do the same thing there too. You do 3650 for that thing. And then grid line grid line 11 is 1650. 0.650. I provide you the direction. So we have those grids for the vertical down. So let's do the horizontal. So the same thing. So same process. So you go back, click on grids, right? And then you click on grid, make sure the context panel shows, right? So let's click on escape, click on grid, and then let's draw our first grid. But this is the first reference grid that you're going to. Most of the times, it's better you start from bottom to up. So A, A0, A1, B. So let's start from the bottom. That was grade line C. Okay. So I just pick any random way. You can just pick here. Move from left to right. Just left. Basic. And just stop this. Revit automatically wants to continue this as 12 from this one, but you can break that process by changing the name to E, and now it automatically will start be using the, okay, you can understand how to now be using the numeric for the horizontal. So let's see what happens when we try and do the next grid line. So our next grid line is A0, and that goes, we are going 552, 552 mm. So there's the structure, let's click on green, let's click on this arrow segment here, type the 552. See what happens when you hover after this. You're hovering up, not down, it's going upward. So you see how the, okay. But you know, what is there is not B, it's whether A0, right? So you can just click on it twice, then give you the name A0, similar to the architectural one. Now, the next one you have there is A1. So A0 to A1. So now we're going 625. 625. A1 is 625. You can just select this click on structure, click on grid, click on arrows, type the number 625, hover up. Right. Now we have our A1 over there. Okay. So let's go to the next grid that we want to draw Want to draw a bit of B, so that one from A1 is 850. B, so let's type it over here. 850, 850. Let's we have it there, and then over there. It's going to your, I don't want that name, so that's change it. So you have to escape, escape, so that you don't mistakenly draw a grid line before you come and do this edit. You can draw everything and then come and edit afterwards, but we are just using this method. So we, okay, so we have B there. Now let's do the next one. The next one is B1, which is 1150. From B to B1 is 1150. So we'll do the same thing. Click on grid. Let's save our project for our safety. Arrow, leave our offset value 1150. Our offset value is 1150. That is 1150. Yeah, and that's B1. That's B1. Okay. Then that's the next one. The next one is C is 925 from B1, 925 from B1. The structure, click on grid. Let's click on our arrow segment. Click on our arrow segment. And what is the 925? So B1 to C, B1 to C is 925. So cuts wise measure once 925. Like, is it cuts wise measure once? It's measured twice, cut once, measured twice, cut once. Sorry, guys. Okay, so, yeah, I was so sure about that. So this is so before you do into this, you can, yeah, so that's selected. So that's C. Now let's check our next one. Our next one is B, which is 2075. You can change it to 2075, and then you can give it the 2075. Our next one is E 1650. 1650. Also cover like you're going up, you have the 1650 there. Our next one is the UTS, which is 1512. 1512. 1512. Cover direction and yeah, that's F. The next one is F1, 1486. 1486. That's F1. That's fine. So let's change the name to F1. 1486. Then let's do our next one. Our next one is G, which is 1150. 1150. We change 1150 into the G. Without the G. And then finally, our other next one is in H, which is 850. 850. 850. Okay. We have it already as 850 as our H. Okay, so we've drawn all our grid lines. Let's save the model so that I don't have to do this twice. The next thing you have to do, and make sure you have to make sure you escape twice. So you don't need to draw anything multiple times. So let's edit our grid lines by bringing all this down. So after it something. And that makes sense. There we go, which one down. This one to right value everything, so I guess. Okay. So let's copy all these grid. Move it to it's like edit. That's okay. Let's move this one a bit close to others. Let's move this a bit close to others. Let's move this one a bit close to it like this. Push it like this. Let's move this one a bit close to it like this. Okay. So we don't all our grids. So another thing so we can actually edit this line so that they are not close to each other. So it's showing now. So you can see then so let's bring this one down to long lines. Big down. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. So like this okay this way. So we have our grade lines drawn. We have our levels, different levels as we come. So now if you go to any of the levels, you've got a foundation level, um, sorry, base level, we have our grade lines all showing. Okay, so we have our grade lines modeled, we have our datum lines also modeled. And you can see that all our grid line and our arrangement is showing in each of the levels. So the editing already in the other levels not showing over here and the roof level. So I'm sure for those ones you have to do them individually. But your grid lines are still in the grid lines are still in each of the levels. So you just pay attention to those ones very well. So you can see the first floor levels. You just edit, let's select, select, edit that one. So how am I doing this? So you select, you say that there's a break line, you hit on the break line, and then it does that, so you can pull it down, or however you want to pull it. So your aesthetic preferences, so you just look at it that way. Let's go for foundation, so let's say labels. I'm sure there's a way you can do all this in one shot. So for what you're doing right now, I just want to show you how you can do this manually with your mouse. But if you have a faster way of doing it, either by writing a script using Dynamo, Grasshopper, etc. You can also do that as quickly as possible and then move away from clicking of mouse the way we are doing now. But for now, let's not run faster than our legs can carry us and understand how to do all these processes manually. Okay, so now you have all that done. What do you do next? You have your grid lines. Now you move on to modeling our structural elements.